What were you saying?
So there's a old clip from like 1983 of Jim Carrey's stand-up.
Okay.
And he comes on stage, or maybe he doesn't come on stage, but the clip starts with his hand behind his head, crooked behind his head like that, like completely bending it to the left behind his head.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, guys, I don't feel so good. I woke up this morning not feeling very good. And he uncurls his arm. He's like, I'm just kidding. That's just a little bit of physical humor to start off the show, but trust me, there's not going to be a lot of that in my show. And he immediately falls to the ground. Immediately when he says that.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Feeling a little strange tonight, and I'm not sure why. No, I'm kidding you. That's just a little bit of a physical gag to get the show started off with a bang, and, well, you won't be seeing much more physical humor in my show.
Sleep.
So I was imagining Jabba being like, who's sleepy? Not me. And then just doing the Jim Carrey immediate
Just
fall.
slam into the ground.
Yeah.
You must have seen a catapult in the real world and brought it with you. In the
Do I get to use this thing?
mind makes it
You absolutely do.
really
Excellent.
cool. Indeed.
Really? Cool.
Indeed. Only mana boost, break, gas, launch stone. Okay. Off we go. Let the siege begin.
I kind of, because I love Dimitri Martin's, like, I use notebooks, I use easels with pads, and I use PowerPoints. That's all fantastic. And I like
Oh, I blew
Bo
up.
Burnham's, like, let's bring a piano on stage. Like, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Kristen Shaw has very, like, physical stuff, and a lot of, like, she like, will bring in other people onto stage. Like, that's all great. I like it when there is literally just a stool, a glass of water, and a mic stand, and that's it. And that's all. That's the comedian's repertoire.
And they still manage to do physical comedy
And it's
stuff.
It's just him contorting his body. That's all it is. There's also another.
I'm just
Actually,
like
I might have put it in my favorites.
I'm just like trying to take these out of range now because I know they can actually hurt me.
Alright.
So can you actually hurt these dudes, or you just sort of
You have to hit their tentacly boys.
tentacles? It is. Squidward tentacles. I'm coming for you.
I think if you just get up close to those vines, you can just smack into
Yeah,
them.
smack the crap out of them.
Now this is one of those like random vehicles. Or actually, if you just run them over, it might work.
Possibly.
Maybe.
I forgot how to break and back up. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I forgot how to break and back up, so actually running things
think-
over was kind of
I
dangerous.
think is X catapult or is B
B catapult.
X is reverse.
X is yeah.
See, PlayStation controls, I would not have been able to help at all.
This is a shit show. Like this control scheme, like it worked. It would work better.
You just have to like get good.
Yeah, no, you have to get.
you
You have to get air.
You have to Dukes of Hazzard your way across this. Actually, I think there's a way to like completely curveball up those thorns, but I don't know if you want to.
You just go. Alright.
I mean, you definitely want to favor the right side because it's higher up. Oh, and if you don't use Juju, you're pretty much never going to make jumps.
Donk.
Like that.
Yeah, for sure.
There is a crazy way to get a Juju scroll here,
That
but
sounds
again,
silly.
it's not.
Wow.
I've gotten it before, but it's a pretty intense. Like that jump you did, you have to jump from floating platform to floating platform.
You just have to keep going.
in your tank. Yeah, like. Oh yeah, okay, you can. I think you can hit them after you hit all their tentacles. Maybe.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, again, these are only important to collect if you
Yeah.
want to do scrolls, which you already decided. And honestly, it's a bit freeing when you decide not to do it because it's like
We don't.
it's extra game. It's
just extra things we don't need to go out of our way to
Right.
get. Because I didn't know what the Juju scrolls actually did.
It's an extra challenge if you want it. You can choose how difficult you want the game to be in that regard.
Yeah. Dunk.
Oh yeah, he's so far away you don't even hear the sound.
The sound engine just decided, hey, you don't need to hear it. It's fine. So.
You might have to jump back because I don't think you can get there from here.
Okay. You just gotta hit all the tentacle things.
And then hit the main body, I think. Yeah. And you have to hit the thorns. Like, just getting rid of the thorns is important too.
This is honestly like way more chill than I thought it was gonna be.
More chill?
Yeah, like this particular section of the game.
Oh yeah.
Eat this.
The next section after you find out who the princess is is sort of becomes like Spyro, where you're dropped into you're dropped into every world has a theme, and you're collecting things. Like you have to
Okay, and
collect
it's all
things.
still Dream World stuff.
No, it's real world stuff for that.
Okay.
In between each area, though, you are brought to the dream world, but instead of levels like this, you are, Pepsi Man, where you're running away from that thing.
It's just
there's
infinite.
something bearing down on you, and you have to run away from it.
I gotcha.
Yeah. And so enemies in that, like, this is teaching you, this part is like destroy all the enemies, then you can advance. The doors will open, the platforms will appear. When you have to just cheese it, I don't think you have to beat all the enemies. I think they'll just get the story
Just
by where
go.
it's going. Yeah.
See, that's always fun though, because like you have this whole section of the game where it's like, hey, you got to do this, and I'm like, what if I don't want to do that? And they're like, oh well.
Yeah.
And then you've got like
So they give
the
you
other,
different tastes. Like,
Yeah.
there's different.
they give you the other section of that, which is, hey, I don't like this enemy. Okay, run, bitch.
Yeah, I think it is when you pick your animal spirit, it feels like you're playing a different game. Almost. Almost.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the same stuff, but it's more of a collectathon than a linear thing.
Yeah.
And because I think you only need to collect a certain amount, and they're pretty generous with it. I think I've collected more just for the fun of it, but
Right. Anyway, this isn't bad.
yeah,
Except when that happens.
Oh yeah, so I said that there was a random vehicle thing in the third one, but I guess if you play the second one, the vehicle doesn't seem as random.
It's the same thing.
It's not
You can just run them
it's
over.
not a
That's
catapult,
amazing.
but it is a type of rock. It's like it's a car made out of like juju stones or whatever.
Yeah.
Like again, it looks like a Flintstones car. Like it's just the kind of car you like. This looks like it was built by Woodies and Pupanuna people.
Yeah.
The cars in the third one's levels just look like they were cars that were built in juju realm or whatever. Because that's where the third one takes place. It's
Dunk.
just all like juju spiritual. I guess it's heaven in that world. I don't really know.
God damn it. You can't like avoid anything.
Oh, these shooters.
Yeah, like you just kind of have to take it.
Yeah, they're easy in the ones where you're handing. They're easier than the claw ones, but in this level, yeah, their
suck.
range
Yeah.
is the enemy of.
It's
tanks.
their range and the fact that you just like there's no turning mechanism or like a strafing mechanism to actually deal with the things.
No, strafe is like what if you wanted to hit multiple times.
Strafing is if you
want to go back and forth,
if you want to go side to side.
side to side. Yeah.
You can go back and forth pretty easily on these, but side to side is almost impossible.
Sorry, back and forth. I meant side to side. Sorry.
Yeah. Howdy, friend.
Oh, you see that over there
Yeah.
to the left?
Yeah, the ramp.
That reminds me of, I feel like there should be a speed charge there for Spyro.
Yeah, for Spyro. Can I get okay?
Oh, so you can get these little mana balls at the top of the thorns if you charge up them, but the juju you use, the mana you use to get up there is
it's not worth
the yellow ball prize, unless it's like, because this doesn't distinguish between like purple gems and red gems and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's just one type of thing.
I think I've dive bombed this guy before, where I've literally
You
jumped
just
off
ran,
the ramp
and then you got stuck.
catapulted him, and I died too. But
It was
it
worth
counted him as dying. It was just a cool way of doing it.
Yeah.
So if you fall,
The enemies don't reset.
I don't think they do. Maybe they do, but
That's nice.
I don't. Just let's not risk it. But if you fall, the catapult shatters. Like if you fall, it shatters apart.
So let's back up here.
So you gotta get to that next one. To me, I think I like the second half of the game more than the first half.
Are we
like
already
the
about
animal
halfway
spirit
through?
Stuff. I think the halfway point is like finding the princess. Probably.
Wow, I guess that's all right.
Probably.
That's a decent game. Like
think.
it's been like 5-6 hours.
Oh yeah. Oh no! I just forgot. JB's lab
Mm-hmm.
is a lot. Like to me, it feels like a lot because you have to time It's a time.
It's
There's
a time-based
timing
thing. So you
It's
have to
like-
learn everything and then go back through and do it with the proper timing.
No, it's like this where you're in a new type of vehicle, but it's not a vehicle, it's something you operate. And so it becomes almost like a little mini game for each one of these little things that you have to operate. Like if you remember the Sly
Oh.
Cooper games.
I didn't actually play Sly Cooper.
Oh, do you know anything about the second one?
Yeah, a little bit,
The
yeah.
characters. Basically, Sly's the rogue, Murray is the heavy, and Bentley is the, which I love the name Bentley for a turtle. Because a Bentley is like a nice car, but
but he's just...
turtle. He's like the smart one.
Okay.
And so he'll like hack computers, but the way hacking is rendered in that game is
really weird.
You basically play asteroids. And that's like hacking in that, air quotes hacking.
That's really silly, honestly.
So it's a little mini game each time you go there.
Yeah.
It's like that. There's like these little things you go to, and it becomes almost like a timing mini game.
Yeah.
With these things, because JB's a scientist, whereas Jabal was a shaman, so one's magic and the other one's science.
Right.
So.
Yeah, that does seem like it'd probably take forever.
That's the part I remember taking the longest was JB's lab.
We'll probably just like leave that for when Eric is here.
Yeah, because there's still, after you wake up, there's still a climb to JB's lab.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so it shatters.
It just breaks.
Just to see Tack falling corkscrew style, I guess. It's not, you're not immediately in his lab after you wake up. You do have to climb up to the top of his lab, and then once you enter it, it's like the next area is JB's lab.
Okay. Let's aim for the hair. Oops.
Aim for the hair
No, aim for JV's lab.
to start JB's
Yeah.
lab.
So like next time we can
Yes.
start JV's lab.
Because that's one of those ones where you're definitely not going to want to start frustrated on it.
Yeah.
You want to start fresh with a good outlook before you start JB's lab.
Yeah. I mean, I figure we can hand off between me and Eric again because Eric was just sort of out there today.
Those timing things, it would be better to take turns maybe, like doing each one.
Okay. That works. I'm starting to get the tank controls, and I get the feeling section's just about over.
Oh, right, when you can hang it.
Yeah.
It's when you get to the base of the tower.
Yeah, so here.
No, I remember we have to do one more part.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I was like, this can't be it.
I mean, it looks like we're getting close at the very
You are,
least.
yes, yeah. Do you remember that scene in the Two Towers where it picks up right where Gandalf was like, flying fools.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
falls down the thing.
The scene where Gandalf is recollecting what actually happened. Oh god. Okay.
Yeah, where he's recollecting it, and
it's
he's falling with the
With the
thing,
Balrog, and he's fighting it.
and it's
Yeah.
as he's falling.
Yeah.
Just remember that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's well.
Because you didn't give me any like specification. Got the Juju scroll.
Oh, you actually did get it.
Yeah. That wasn't intentional, but it just sort of happened.
Okay, so I think you can ramp up there, and that will give you another one, maybe, or something.
Probably, but I ain't playing Tony Hawk. I don't care that much. This is awkward platforming in a thing. It's not
so
meant
this
for
is-
platforming.
Yeah, this is where it's like you really have to like juju. You have to like time your juju jumps to each one. But you
Yeah.
can't really jump. You just have to like Dukes Hazard it.
Back up. Oh.
I think that thing has front wheel drive.
Yeah, that ain't helping much.
So once they're off the ground, they're off the ground.
Yeah. I mean, that's the same thing with back wheel
Actually,
drive.
no. It looks like the back wheels are driving and the front wheels are steering. Actually, never mind. I think it has back wheel drive.
It did try. It tried real hard.
It tried its best.
This is so fucking awkward.
With these tilting.
Yeah, like with the tilting platform. Like, it says platforming, and I get this is a platformer, but this is not the section to be platforming in.
Yeah. I think one time I got past all those platforms and then I fell out of the last one.
Oh.
But the third one would be interesting because you guys won't have to like hand it off. You would just take turns.
You just take turns, yeah. We just do whatever.
But it certainly doesn't feel like playing 2-3 games compared to like we're still on the first one with me, like just the first Dark Souls. But
Well, because Dark Souls is just such a long
It's
game.
definitively
Why
longer,
would they
yeah.
do this? This is a bad section.
it's brutal. So you just have to wait till the elevation changes because you can't jump. I mean, sure, if you want to try.
Okay, I've seen dumb stuff like that work before, which is the only reason I'm trying it. That and health doesn't matter.
Yeah, I wonder what it's by no means like diligent at all to look this up, but I'm interested in seeing what attack speed run even looks like.
I mean, we can do that. That's not a big deal.
No, I'm saying that's more so I would just look that up on my own time.
Yeah.
I don't really plan on like getting good at strats with it. This doesn't seem as fun to speedrun as something like Spyro or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely, yeah. No, this is not the kind of thing. I think this is just like if you want a taste of more early 2000s, mid to mid 2000s platformer, and you happen to miss it when you were a kid. I hate they have to wait.
This is a really long wait. But anyway.
Why would it ever need to go down that low?
But,
oh, shoot. Oh, wow. Oh, no, you
Sure.
Oh, you got the bell. Okay, so you can either beat this tentacle guy and go through the doors, or you can go and all the thorns and stuff.
Fuck.
Or you can go through. Oh, jeez. That ramp on the side near the door.
Mm-hmm.
That's where like you have to platform to get to the scroll at the top. But since we don't care about scrolls,
I don't really give a shit about scrolls.
You're
totally.
There's never going to be a time in this game where you're like, oh shoot, I wish I got that scroll. Like, it's not going to like come in handy. It's just going to be a bonus thing.
Yeah, it's up here. Or kinda.
Yeah, if you'd have to go all the way around that circle to get it.
I got you.
With these segmented things, and I've done it before. I just don't feel like doing it again. It's my same position. Oh, that's a thorn technically. I think that you have to get. So like, yeah, it's up these. You have to. Do you see even the
Guess
first
we
one
ain't trying that. But so like we were talking about early to mid 2000 platformers, and it's just kind of weird how like they sort of died off, and I guess the reason they died off was like platformers generally lend themselves towards a more like kid-friendly play style, like more kid-friendly like motifs and things like that.
Seems so, yeah.
And like it's possible to make like a gritty platformer. It's just not that common.
It would almost seem weird, but I think people would get used to it, just like how cartoons are associated with kids, and then you watch like adult cartoons and anime, and you're like, oh, this doesn't always have to be a kid's show.
Right.
So I feel like once you made a gritty platformer, it'd be like, oh yeah, this works.
Right, but if we're talking about like popular culture in like mid 2000s, and like we're looking at games that are like GTA 3. GTA 3 came out fairly close to around this. GTA, I don't even remember GTA games because I never really played them. I was the platform kid, but
I think you just burst through the doors,
maybe. But anyway,
in which case I don't like.
There's not much of a point. Alright, but anyway, we were talking about like early to mid 2000 platformers, and so like I feel like around the time that platformers started dying was at the same time that GTA and other like slightly more gritty franchises and like first person shooters like Call of Duty became a thing.
Yeah, and more open world.
Yeah, way more open world stuff. Open world stuff, more gritty, generally shooters, like, and so I feel like what happened...
He's petting his head.
Yeah. I feel like what happened was that those games started to take over, like, they just got more popular, like, you started to see in, like, mid to late 2000s a ton of Call of Duty games. Halo, GTA, Saints Row, things like that.
Okay.
And so I think that's sort of why they, like, died off, and they haven't really made much of a comeback as far as 3D games have gone.
Platformers?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of 2D platformers.
You saw a couple of you saw 2D platforms and things like Ori and the Blind Forest.
No, there's plenty of like indie difficult 2D platformers now.
Yeah, and they look great and they work really well. But as far as 3D platformers, like big companies don't go for them anymore.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, so if you miss it and you want a taste and you've already played Spyro 100 times, this is one to try. My brother sought out. Ty, Jack and Daxter. Tiger. Yeah, we were gonna look for Jack and Daxter. Yeah.
This is still funny. But
yeah. So this is the climb to JV's lab, and then the next thing is going to be JV's lab.
Okay.
I don't think you have to do a sleep sequence between that again.
Yeah.
Because the next thing should just be you're at the tower now.
Right, it's right up there.
The thing was you getting to the tower.
Yeah.
So the next thing I think is, I think when it's weird, like they went to JB discover things about the sleep, but by the time they get to him, he's
They
already
already
at the
figured
end
it
of
out.
his sleep journey, and it's literally like the crux of the finale of it, where it's like, okay, now I'm gonna meet the princess at JB's lab.
Right.
Like, yeah, okay, now I remember. There is not a sleep sequence between.
That shouldn't have worked.
You can actually time it to jump onto the
The bottom.
lower vine.
Yeah.
In the third one, you have to do that quite a few times. But what's better about the third one is they will give you a glowing point on the vine that'll help you where you're supposed to jump off of it, or
Yeah.
on it, so it's a bit more helpful. But you go to JB's lab, and then the next thing, once you meet JB and help him with his lab or whatever, that's when the last sleep part is.
Okay. But like what I was saying, I mean, like, I think the biggest attempt for another 3D platformer was like Yooka-Laylee, which was effectively a ripoff of Banjo-Kazooie.
Ukulele, is that the one that's spelled not how ukulele is spelled?
Yeah, it's spelled like Y-O-O
Okay.
or Y-O-O-K-A-L-A-Y-L-E-E, something like that. And so like it's basically a Banjo-Kazooie ripoff, except instead of like Banjo-Kazooie where it was a bear and a bird, it's okay. This is what you were talking about earlier about the bear.
Yeah.
But
And you don't want them under that high, you want them under that.
yeah. There's a frog. What I was saying was Yooka-Laylee is like, it was trying to be like a reboot of like rare style platformers, like collectathon platformers. Where like you just run around and collect things and do a couple of quests. And it did that by like basically just straight up ripping off Banjo-Kazooie. And like, I don't know if you know anything about Banjo-Kazooie play
I've seen
style.
play of it, but I've not played it myself.
Yeah. So like, it's just a collectathon. You're just trying to collect things, like whatever, to get to the next world. And so I'm guessing this way. Another rope over here. But it kind of failed because it basically was almost a complete ripoff of Banjo-Kazooie, even down to like the exact style and like the text that they used. And
Did you have to double jump?
yeah, I double jumped that one. And like all in all, it wasn't that fun. It felt super repetitive as opposed to Banjo-Kazooie. Where like, yeah, it's a collectathon and it's gonna feel a little bit repetitive, but it wasn't like awful. And like with Yooka-Laylee, it was just absurdly repetitive as far as I remember.
Oh yeah, there's no button you hit. You just have to wait for him to grab the vine, right? Or
Yeah, you just wait,
yeah,
which kind of sucks.
because you can't be sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
When Spyro climbs, does he just touch the ladder? Or
He just touches it and he
But
goes,
that's
yeah.
a 2D surface versus a rope in space.
yeah, like it's not that hard. You just say, "Oh, am I touching this surface?" and then
Push yourself against
Yeah.
the wall.
and just go into this animation and stop falling, please. Fuck you, shaman. Okay, bitch.
He can night crawl.
He's just nightcrawling. This is Nightcrawler, straight up. Spin to win. But oh boy, more powers. More of the same exact power, which is turn
now
purple.
you just add Juju to it. Yeah, be that. Oh, Juju balls on that.
You'll soon be as powerful as me.
Maybe this is the area of attack I was thinking of.
But like the only
Let me try
real
it, yeah. Oh, shoot.
lightning bolts.
Yeah, okay. I think if you throw them up in the air, they come down and shock
Yeah.
enemies.
But like the only real attempt I've seen at like any 3D design or any 3D platformer has been Yooka-Laylee. That's been like even decent recently. Like it was an attempt by like a larger company, if I remember right.
Yeah, I mean, I can't.
But like I
Are
also
people gonna watch this?
most likely.
I'm so. Are people even gonna watch this? I'm joking. No, what I mean
Are
is, if it's people listening, then if you have any suggestions for any 3D platformers,
If you have any suggestions for any games, I'm willing to
any
talk
game,
about
yeah.
whatever. Honestly, I will play.
I'm just saying to address the fact that you think that there are no more ones besides Yooka-Laylee.
That's
that are
weird.
more modern. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So if there are any that we just don't know of, which is entirely possible.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to know them.
It's super possible.
Yeah. Because if I can expand my knowledge of fun things to do, I'd like to.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
mean, like,
so
there's
that's
some-
that's a good point. Like, we're just any games at all that are good. That post, I think, over there, I think you want to bolas to it
Oh, that's right. You can use the fucking bolas.
to bring yourself to an unmovable object.
That's not the right thing to have.
Yeah, the posts usually have like letters on them, so I don't know why that. Okay. Yeah.
There we go.
Oh yeah, so there is a red rune on it, but maybe it's not even a rune, but it's
Shaman.
art on it. Paint.
Shaman, get over here. Or not.
That's actually exactly Tax.
Let's get over here.
When he does it to Locke, he's like, "Get over here," and you're like, but he's
Oh,
saying it
that's a
like
death barrier.
he's saying it like, "Oh, Locke, like get over here," like you rascal, you. Even though he's making things like way harder.
Locke, you fucking idiot.
No, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, clearly he needed to bring Locke because the environment is designed for them to traverse it, but that's exactly how it is in Spyro, when you're like, the big dragons when live here, this is built for Spyro to traverse it.
Yeah. Like, if another dragon had been shown up and it had been, like, a big dragon, it would have been a major issue.
That's one of the, it's a very slight immersion thing about platformers that is not even an issue,
Yeah.
but it is there. It's not even a complaint, it's just an observation of, like, an unavoidable
Right.
thing.
Yeah, it's very hard to make an environment that doesn't seem like it should be traversable at all, and then suddenly you find this thing in the dungeon that you're already in that lets you traverse it.
Yeah, or it's like, oh, this is specifically designed for this character to walk around in it. Like,
Yeah.
what I do like about the Dark Souls is that because every character is a character you can become and wear their stuff, every character could traverse this world, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there are online players traversing the same world you are, so that's a bit more.
Right.
Neat.
This is a weird camera angle. We're suddenly playing Crash Bandicoot.
Oh,
Oh, those are blowing up.
yeah, so I think if you beat the guys down below, these shamans would just keep...
Reviving them, yeah. This is still the easiest way to beat enemies, stupidly enough.
Prepare to slip on stuff. Like,
Okay.
there's water on these... Because this is all stuff that JB built.
Okay.
So, like, prepare to slip on all the water in this waterfall. That's, like, what powers the lab, I think. Oh, yeah, so the shamans are on top of these structures.
I kind of figured.
But again, I don't know if you have to, like, beat all three in a row, otherwise they... I don't think they're within range of each
Yeah.
other.
We must get past this barrier.
They're still here.
Yeah.
No, it would make sense for them to have it so that they can revive each other. I don't think. Not in this small of a space.
Well, they could when they were, like, in range of each other, but I don't think it makes sense for...
Oh,
You
the
still
border's
have
right
to
there, yeah. Yeah. Apparently. Let's see if we can make it back over and get this fucking thing opened
to
up.
bash through that.
Or can render some assistance.
Thanks, buddy.
I always believed in you, Born. Yeah, I like that the enemies aren't, like... There's some areas you have to beat them to move on, but other enemies are, like, optional.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of areas where it's just like, yeah, I don't want to deal with this.
Oh, prepare to beat Hurricos.
Oh, no. Actually, I like Hurricos, but I also like Hurricos because I know how to speedrun it. It's
Mhm.
hilarious. Oh, wait, it's over here. Whoops. We gotta deal with bad jumping again. Can I even get up out of here?
Do you...
Okay, that
Oh, it did the waterfall falling animation,
that's
but
really
it
weird.
didn't bring you there. Why doesn't it just do the thing with the beaver where it just immediately pulls you over the waterfall so you can get back up?
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, because it makes you think you're going to jump on that, but I guess you just wait.
So, like, technically you're, like, under the waterfall now, so I guess it means that it's just, like, drowning you with the water pressure.
That's not me suggesting let's dive right into Sly Cooper either. Like, let's pace our 3D platform.
Yeah, we got a lot to go through.
Um,
I'm not gonna try and start any more major, like, shit.
Yeah, I'm only mentioning it because it's hard not to compare it sometimes. Because again, it's in that era of 3D platformers. Which actually, no, wait, there was a Sly 4 that came out.
Oh yeah, there was. Yeah,
so
you're right.
There's that. Yeah, so as he's resurrecting him.
I don't know if I skipped a cutscene or what happened. I don't really care, honestly.
That was just that door opening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see what you mean about slipping, though.
Yeah, so yeah.
Bees.
Oh, great. More frogs.
Oh, yeah,
The
so
frogs eat away the...
Yeah.
So you gotta get distracted. Okay.
Yeah, that is fine.
Yeah, like the actual functions... Oops, frog wasn't there. Frog, eat shit. Actually, eat bees. Let me be covered in shit, please.
Yeah, so in the third one, it's a lot easier when launches like has the stink ability.
Yeah.
Have it, but...
Or... No, other way.
Oh, I think you can just continue running over the frog with the boar, but
That's fine, I don't need that.
it's another one of those, like, it's just
Oh god.
like...
These are slippery.
It's just if you want to the animals you can only ragdoll, you can't
Yeah.
you can't do any damage.